Think you have seen every overpowered protagonist dominate another world? Think again. These hidden Isekai gems feature unstoppable heroes that completely slipped under your radar. Kicking off our list at number 10, problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? 3 incredibly gifted teenagers, tired of their mundane daily lives, receive mysterious letters that instantly transport them into Little Garden. This magical realm operates entirely on highly competitive games. They join a struggling community and immediately use their ridiculously overpowered supernatural abilities to rapidly win back lost territory, enormous wealth, and stolen glory. Izayoi absolutely carries this entire show with his sheer arrogance and unmatched physical strength. I love how the narrative completely ignores the standard gradual underdog progression, proudly allowing him to decimate powerful gods and ancient demons from episode 1. The vibrant animation shines during the chaotic gift games, making this a highly entertaining spectacle that deserves way more recognition from modern fans. Sliding into the next spot at number 9, the faraway paladin, reincarnated into a ruined city of the dead, Will is raised by 3 legendary undead warriors. They teach him combat, magic, and religion. Upon coming of age, Will sets out into a dangerous fantasy world to become a paladin, swearing an oath to the goddess of flame to actively protect innocent people everywhere. What makes this series phenomenal is its profound dedication to deep, melancholic storytelling, rather than just mindless action. The atmospheric direction captures a distinct classic fantasy vibe that feels incredibly refreshing. Will possesses overwhelming divine power, yet his emotional maturity and genuine struggles provide a grounded experience. It easily rewards patient viewers looking for epic magical world-building layered with beautiful, heartfelt substance. Moving down the rankings to number 8, Death March to the Parallel World. Rhapsody, an overworked game programmer, suddenly wakes up inside the exact fantasy role-playing game he was developing. After using a massive magical beginner spell in sheer panic, he instantly wipes out an entire army of monsters. This accidentally bumps his level to the absolute maximum, secretly turning him into an unstoppable traveling merchant immediately. This brilliantly masks an overpowered fantasy behind a highly relaxing, casual adventure. I really appreciate how the humble protagonist chooses to hide his godly stats, focusing instead on exploring new towns, tasting local cuisine, and rescuing trusted companions. The serene pacing and bright visual style provide an excellent, cozy viewing experience that effectively subverts the typically aggressive expectations of the standard genre. Slamming into our list at number 7, Kemono Mishi Rise Up. A professional masked wrestler is summoned to a magical realm to defeat dangerous demonic beasts. However, because he absolutely loves animals, he violently suplexes the summoning princess instead. Rejecting his heroic duty, he decides to use his insane physical strength to capture monsters and fulfill his ultimate dream of opening a pet shop. The sheer comedic timing in this show is absolutely top tier. I cannot stress enough how hilarious it is watching a massive dude tackle terrifying mythical creatures just to pet them aggressively. The animation studios fully lean into the visual absurdity, making every wrestling move look devastatingly impactful. It is a wildly creative parody that totally revitalizes tired alternate reality genre tropes. Securing its place at number 6, Wise Man's Grandchild. After a fatal traffic accident, a man is reborn and adopted by a legendary sage. Raised in deep isolation, he learns incredibly advanced magic but entirely lacks basic common sense. Upon attending a prestigious magic academy, his peers quickly realize his casual spells possess devastating, world-altering levels of absolute sheer destructive power. This specific anime excels because it completely avoids dragging out tired secrets. Everyone instantly recognizes his godlike power, shifting the focus towards fun character interactions and a surprisingly wholesome romance that actually progresses. The action sequences feature flashy, explosive, magical combat that looks spectacular. It provides a pure, satisfying rush of adrenaline without forcing unnecessary dramatic tension into the cheerful, overarching narrative. Breaking into our top 5 at number 5, The Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure. Serving gods who go too far after dying while stopping a crime, a heroic teenager reincarnates as a noble boy named Cain. When receiving his baptism, 7 overly enthusiastic deities accidentally bless him with unfathomable, reality-breaking magical abilities. Tasked with protecting his domain, Cain tries living quietly, while unintentionally attracting constant political and massive divine chaos absolutely everywhere. I absolutely adore how this magnificent show embraces pure absurdity. The gods treat Cain like their personal favorite toy, creating hilarious situations where his sheer existence shatters the natural balance of magic. It boasts brilliant visual gags and lively animation that perfectly match the vibrant comedy. This is the ultimate light-hearted guilty pleasure for any dedicated fan of ridiculous fantasy anime tropes. Claiming the 4th spot at number 4, Demon Lord Retry. A hard-working game developer gets abruptly pulled into his own server just before it shuts down forever. He arrives inhabiting the imposing body of his ultimate boss character, Hakuto Kunai. Equipped with admin privileges and overwhelming dark powers, he quickly saves a village girl and begins building an unstoppable new magical fantasy empire. This hidden gem easily manages to stand out by leaning heavily into fantastic mafia aesthetics and bizarre humor. I genuinely enjoy watching an extremely intimidating villain act as a confused, reluctant father figure. While the animation remains somewhat modest, the sharp dialogue and strategic world-building easily carry the entire narrative, making it a strangely gripping and uniquely stylish underdog dark masterpiece. Entering the podium at number 3, Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. A desperate goddess summons a hero to save an extremely difficult magical world. She hits the jackpot with Seiya, who boasts legendary starting stats. However, he is pathologically cautious. He buys multiple spare weapons, trains endlessly before fighting weak slimes, and unleashes absolute maximum destruction on low-level enemies, ensuring flawless total victory. This brilliant parody takes a single comedic gag and executes it with absolute perfection. I love how the vibrant animation highlights the incredibly exaggerated facial expressions of the frustrated goddess. Beyond the relentless humor, the final episodes drop a devastatingly emotional twist that completely recontextualizes the entire story, elevating it far beyond a simple animated fantasy spoof. You must certainly watch it. Almost at the top, holding number 2, In Another World with My Smartphone. After God accidentally strikes a teenage boy dead with a stray bolt of lightning, he apologizes by resurrecting him into a magical realm. Tuya receives drastically enhanced physical abilities, immense magical aptitude, and a fully functioning smartphone connected to the modern internet, allowing him to effortlessly conquer dungeons and solve ancient magical disputes. This is the undisputed king of relaxing power fantasies. I thoroughly enjoy how unapologetically breezy the pacing feels. There is absolutely zero stressful tension because Tuya immediately resolves every single threat using modern technology and overwhelmingly superior spells. The colorful animation and light-hearted tone make it the perfect comfortable show to quickly binge when you just want some effortless, pure fantasy entertainment. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy. A regular high schooler is summoned to fulfill a contract with a goddess, but she cruelly rejects him for being physically unattractive. Cast into a desolate wasteland, Makoto discovers his suppressed magical power is monstrously immense. He begins gathering outcast demi-humans, dragons, and monsters, establishing his very own thriving, alternate magical economic society. What truly elevates this series to the top spot is the fascinating moral ambiguity of the protagonist. I love that he refuses to be a generic savior, focusing fiercely on business and protecting his loyal, monstrous followers instead. The fluid animation during his explosive, overwhelming magical flexes is simply breathtaking. It offers a spectacular, richly detailed world that immediately demands viewing attention. Those are 10 insanely overpowered protagonists dominating alternate worlds that you absolutely missed. Did your favorite hidden anime gem make the final cut, or is there another unstoppable magical hero I completely overlooked? Drop your top recommendations in the comments and share your brilliant personal insights.